They put a frog down my back at the Carroll County Picture Show. And wasn't I talking to him after church last Sunday night? I have another piece of apple pie, you know, just don't seem right. I saw him at the sawmill yesterday up on Choctaw Ridge. And now you tell me, Billy Joe, he's jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. Mama said to me, child, what's happened to your appetite? I've been cooking all morning and you haven't touched a single bite. Well, that nice young preacher, Brother Taylor, he stopped by today. He said he'd be pleased to have dinner on Sunday. Oh, by the way, he said he saw a girl that looked a lot like you up on Choctaw Ridge. And she and Billy Joe was throwing something off the Tallahatchie Bridge. Well, a year has come and gone since we heard the news about Billy Joe. My brother married Becky Thompson and they bought a store in Tupelo. There was a virus going round, Papa caught it and it died last spring. Now my mama, she don't want to seem to do much of anything. Me, I spend a lot of time picking flowers up on Choctaw Ridge and drop them into the muddy water of the Tallahatchie Bridge. And throw them into the muddy water of the Tallahatchie Bridge. And drop them into the muddy water of the Tallahatchie Bridge. It's called the Ode to Billy Joe. Welcome those joining us here today. I'm Christine Cordone. I'd like to do a song I wrote. It's called Key West Island Night, and it was written in a very, very warm, humid July night a few years back. But it's all the wonderful things about sultry summer nights that we all love in Key West, especially after a really hot day and that sun goes down and it doesn't get all that cool, but it gets a little cooler so you can go out and walk around and dance and sing and have fun, do whatever you want, go to dinner. Sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. Sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. There's a magic in your island ways. There's a magic in your summer days. There's a magic in your children's play. Well, it's an endless summer night. There's a magic in this tropic heat. There's a magic, it makes you move your feet. And the nighttime you can feel the beat. It's an endless summer night. Sweet, sweet with the tart key lime and the ceiling fan working all the time. The music goes into overtime. Well, it's an endless summer night. There's a magic in your warm embrace, makes you oh so glad we left that old rat race. It's time to sit in our favorite place. It's an endless summer night. Sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. Sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. And see the lazy dog, he needs a good cool drink. The setting sun gives you time to think. The light becomes a golden pink. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. See the lazy cat sleeping on a swing, and Bahama Mama as she softly sings to her lovely baby. See her golden ring. Ooh la 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 la, sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. Sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. Smell the jasmine blooming, sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. Sweet, sweet island night, Key West Island night. Yes, we are actually starting to feel a little fall in the air. When I came in this morning, someone said, "Oh, it's a beautiful day out there. I think the temperature is a little cooler than it was a couple of days ago." Just for a few minutes, it will warm up today, I guarantee it. But it did feel a little fall air today. Once again, Madge Johnson is up in Western New York enjoying some wonderful fall weather. Special shout out to her. All right, I think this is a fun song to do at the Old Stone Coffee House. It's from a singer-songwriter by the name of Joan Osborne. And she poses a question to each of us. And the title of the song is simply, "What if God was one of us?" If God had a name, what would it be, and would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all of his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? And yeah, yeah, God is great. Yeah, yeah, God is good. Yeah, 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 yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home. If God had a face, what would it look like, and would you want to see? If seeing meant that you would have to believe in things like heaven and in Jesus and the saints and all the prophets, and yeah, yeah, God is great. Yeah, yeah, God is good. Yeah, 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 yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home. up to heaven all alone. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the Pope maybe in Rome. If God had a name, what would it be, and would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all of his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? And yeah, God is great. Yeah, God is good. Yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home. Like a holy rolling stone, back up to heaven all alone. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the Pope maybe in Rome. Thank you, Joan Osborne. Think about that. If you had just one question to ask God, what would that question be? I mean, you could ponder that for several days before you got the right question. It's like the genie in the bottle. You want to make sure you get it right. So think about that a little bit. I'm still thinking about it ever since this song came out. Once again, my name is Christine Cordone. Welcome, everyone, to the Old Stone House Coffee House today. Hi, Neva. How are you? Lots of new friends, lots of old friends here. It's always a pleasure. Here's another song that does ask many questions, written by Bob Dylan. The song is called Blowing in the Wind, and this one has a lot of questions in it. How many roads must a man walk down before he walks in a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonball fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years must a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? Well, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many times must one man have before he can hear people cry? How many till he knows that too many people have died. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times will it take till he knows too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Well, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. One of my favorite 60s songs, really pretty song. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Guess I'm picking out a lot of singer-songwriters that I absolutely love. One of those people is John Denver. First time, and anytime I ever hear this song, it just is just a beautifully constructed song. It's singable, it's wonderful, it's got a great bridge, and we all love John Denver. It's called Country Roads. Feel free to sing along. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, it's older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home down country road. All my memories, whether gather round her. She's a lady, lady to spring waters. Well, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home down a country road. I hear her voice in the morning, now she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Riding down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home down country road. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home down a country road. Take me home down a country road. Take me home down a country road. Yeah. you, everybody. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. All right, another one of my favorite lady songwriters, singers, is a lady by the name of Sheryl Crow. She's had a plethora of #1 hits. This is one of her little songs that stand out to me. It's called Strong Enough. Gotta feel like hell tonight. Tears of rage I cannot hide. Be the last to help you understand. Are you strong enough to be my man? My man. Nothing's true and nothing's right, so let me be alone tonight. You can't change the way I am. Are you strong enough to be my man? Lie to me. I promise I'll believe. Lie to me, but please don't leave. I have a face I cannot show. You leave them laughing when you go. Just try to love me if you can. Are you strong enough to be my man? My man. Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? When I show you that I just don't care, when I'm throwing punches in the air, when I'm broken down and I can't stand, are you strong enough to be my man? Lie to me. I promise I'll believe. Lie to me, but please don't leave. Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? There we go, Sheryl Crow. Thank you so much, everybody. Another great song from a period of singer-songwriters. The writer is Jerry Jeff Walker, and he happened to be from Oneonta, New York, which is upstate New York, and it's where I did my bachelor's, a little town called Oneonta. The interesting connection between Jerry Jeff Walker is that he spent time in Key West and happened to be a good friend of Jimmy Buffett. So before Jimmy was a famous guy. And I guess they kind of, Jerry Jeff had a hit before Jimmy did, so there might have been some connections there. Jerry Jeff Walker sold the song or gave the song to the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, which made it a huge success. It's called Mr. Bojangles. Knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you in worn-out shoes, silver hair and ragged shirt and baggy pants, the old soft shoe. He jumped so high, he jumped so high. touchdown. Met him in a cell in New Orleans. I was down and out. He looked at me to be the eyes of age as he spoke right out. He talked of life, he talked of life. Clicked his heels and he stepped. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on and dance. Said the name Bojangles and he danced a lick across the cell. Looked to me to be the eyes of age. Spoke right out. He let go a laugh. He let go a laugh. Ha ha ha. And he lightly touched down. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on and laugh. Dance for those in minstrel shows and county fairs throughout the South. Spoken tears of 15 years, how it's dogging him. Oh, they traveled about. His dog up and died, he up and died. After 20 years, he still grieves. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on and dance. Said I dance now every chance in honky-tonks for drinks and tips. Oh, but most of the time I spend behind these county bars, 'cause I drinks a bit. Shook his head, shook his head. I heard someone say, please. Mr. Bojangles. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This one is from Rod Stewart. It's called Forever Young. And there's a lot of confusion over this song. Probably about 7 years earlier, Bob Dylan came out with a song called Forever Young. So many times when people say, would you play Forever Young? The question is, which one? They're very similar. I can't help but think that Rod must have heard Dylan somewhere, somehow, sometime, and incorporated a good portion of that in his song. And apparently at one point, Dylan said, hey, I think you copied my tune here. But because Rod Stewart had such a tremendous hit with it, they decided that they would share the royalties. So that was good. That was a good mediation right there. And then everyone was happy because I don't know if Dylan sold the amount that Rod Stewart did, but it was all good. So I'm going to do the Rod Stewart version of this anyways. Just the title is a great song, is a great title. May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. May you grow to be proud, dignified, and true. And do unto others as you have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay. Forever young, forever young. May good fortune be with you, may your guiding light be strong, strong. Build a stairway to heaven with a prince or a vagabond. May you never love in vain, and in my heart you will remain. Forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. When you finally fly away, I hope I served you well. All the wisdom of a lifetime no one can ever tell. For whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose. Forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. May you grow to the sea. I'm right behind you, win or lose. Forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. Thank you. Let's hope that we all, I think everyone in Key West stays forever young. I think it's the magic city that you can be who you want to be and you can be as young as you want to be. It's an incredible place. There's no limits, no judgment. So I like that about this town. Neva and I are out there painting on the streets and we don't care. Let it rain, let it shine. We're out there by heck or high water, aren't we? Speaking of rain, but we love it when it's not raining because we can set our easels up and go right to work. How are you? Hey, Donna, nice to see you. So again, everyone, welcome to the Old Stone Coffee House. My name's Christine Cordone, and it's a pleasure to sing for you. Special shout out to the Facebook fans out there. I know a lot of people tune in via Facebook. It's a great tool to reach people from anywhere in the world. Probably we could even hit those people floating around in space if we had to. But I think they've already come down. They're all safe and happy. But Facebook really is an incredible tool if you use it in a positive way. And keep communications happy. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I I can see all obstacles in my way. All of these dark clouds are gonna pass me by. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of these bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. All of these bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. La da 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 da. La 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 la. La 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 la. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. Ooh. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. All of these bad feelings have disappeared. Gone are the dark clouds, they pass me by. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. 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 It's a song that was written by Jimmy Cliff, recorded by Johnny Nash. Thank you. To do one by a Jewish rapper by the name of Matis Yahu. And it's a song I became familiar with when I was teaching 5th grade music at Gerald Adams Elementary School. I've now been retired for 2 years. So I asked the children what song they would like to sing for their graduation song. And this is a song that they chose. So I'm going to perform it for you. I learned it from the little kids. But the message is great. It's called One Day. Sometimes I lay under the moon. I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I tell myself it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and the children will say, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the water keeps raging. In this maze you can lose your way, your way. Don't let it faze you, don't let it faze you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I tell myself it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars. The children will say, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. One day this all will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like why-oh, yo-oh-oh-yo. Sometimes I lay under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I tell myself it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and the people will say, one day, 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 one day. Yes, we can hope and pray for one day there'll be no more wars, and the people will say one day, one day. Thank you. Paved paradise and they put up a parking lot with a big hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. Ooh, la la la. Took all the trees, put them in a tree museum, and they charge all the people $1.50 just to see them. Thank you. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Paved paradise and you put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, I'll save them for the birds and the bees. Don't it always seem you got till it's gone. Pave paradise and you put up a parking lot. Ooh, la, la, la. Late last night, heard the screen door slam. Well, a big yellow tractor came and took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Ooh, la. Pave paradise, put up a parking lot. With a big hotel, boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Pave paradise and you put up a parking lot. Oh, you pave paradise and you put up a parking lot. You pave paradise and you put up a parking lot. My name is Christine Cordone, and I believe this is the time the Reverend's going to come up. Is that correct? It is correct. All right, that's okay. Everyone, thank you, and I'm going to turn it over to you. They don't have a mic for you or anything. I know. You can use that one. Where's our guy? It's all right. You're welcome to use this one. Yeah, 'tis the day. How are you? You feel free to use this one?
Yeah, I'll use yours.
Yeah, use that one. What the heck?
Hey, everybody. How are we today? Good. So we've been talking about, there we go. We've been talking through different ways to kind of connect with God. We've talked about communion. We've talked about prayer. Today I want to talk about fasting. Woo! As you're eating your cinnamon French toast. Nothing like talking about not eating while you're eating. So fasting is something that's actually practiced by, as far as I'm aware, every world religion has some form of, it's good to take a break from the constant consuming. It's also super popular right now, intermittent fasting. Anybody heard of intermittent fasting? Yeah, where you have an 18-hour, 13-hour window where you don't eat, and then you cram all your calories into 6 hours or whatever, however the math works for you that day. And so I wanted to open it with the question of anybody here kind of, for any way you want to share about a fasting, whether it's a medical fasting or whether it's a lifestyle or a spiritual fast, anybody have a fasting story? Nathan's doing a dance for us. No? Cool.
I've never
Fasting.
fasted. I don't like it.
Nobody fasts. So there's some things that you can do to fast besides food. So now I have everybody's full attention. Some things that we could fast. I would like to see these two fast from their tablet. Do you think you guys could do that? No, I didn't think so. So from electronics, I've seen people do Facebook fasts. Don't do that if you're watching us right now, though. That would be awkward. Yeah. Good. This topic is not going anywhere today, is it?
I don't think so.
It's all good. It's all good. Dewey. Yep. Yes.
Test.
There we go.
Yeah, I just, I really think, and it's cool that you say besides food, how else could we fast? How else could we restrain from doing certain things? And I think it has to do with being glued to this, the internet and everything. But it has to do with work. And I still remember, and you guys remember your parents. My dad, very busy lawyer, prosecutor, and judge, at different parts in his legal career. But he always had a thing where he never brought a briefcase home. He never had a home office. And he said, if I need to work longer at the office, I'll get there at 7, at 6, at 5 in the morning. But from 5 o'clock on, I am with my family and all that. So he fasted from work. And he had an important job, but every job's important. But what is this working all the time because you're tipping and tapping and responding to the boss? Well, the boss wants to know about the Millingham file, and it's Sunday afternoon and stuff. It's like, come on, you know. And so the fasting to me would be fasting from stupid internet and stupid phones. But the other thing is just fasting from work. Why do we? It's just so weird. I have a friend who runs a resort out west, and she said people work. She goes, I don't know why they go on vacation. It'd be more comfortable if they sat in their office. They work non-stop by the pool. They're yes, I'll have that document right to you. And it's Saturday morning at 7 in the morning. It's ridiculous. So I would fast from work.
Fast from work. Good.
I'm sorry to take so long.
Yeah. No, that's good. I'm with you.
That's why I like the manufacturing business.
Yeah.
I hate the service business because I feel like I'm always on call. But the manufacturing, I can relax because somebody's making something in some plant that I'm going to sell, and I'm going to make money on it, and I didn't have to lift a finger. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like. Actually, I'm probably more guilty of of working all the time. You know, as clergy, you're kind of 24/7 at beck and call, and so you really have to work at it to say, no, Friday's my day that I don't do anything.
I think kind of piggyback off what you were talking about, Dewey. I've done that, been in that scenario starting in the military. I mean, you're 24/7. And I never realized it. You know, I just never thought twice about it that, you know, it's what I do. I go to work, you know. Even when I go home, you know, I'm on call. Someone's knocking on the door. Hey, squadron recall. I mean, there's always something happening. And then when I retired from that and sitting at home, it drove me nuts. I mean, when I retired, I went to work for a company. I retired on a Friday, and I was back working with a company first thing Monday morning. You know, and just doing my thing, and that kept me busy. I mean, leading to today, you know, being a retired emergency manager. I mean, it was 24/7, constantly doing something with that, you know. And I would say, I'm taking a break, and it never failed. Something would get in that way where I couldn't take that break or put that phone away, or, you know. And then, you know, you look at where I'm at now. Now, when Michelle retired, Michelle's like, I'm not doing nothing. Now, I make Michelle do stuff, you know. She doesn't, no, and that's good. I'm not picking on her for that. That was her goal. I'm retired. I'm not getting up until I want to, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And I applaud her for that because she can shut off the world like that where I'm always, what's going on? What's happening? I mean, you know, when AT&T and Verizon this past couple of weeks were having problems and I couldn't get phone calls, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out, you know, just because that's how my mind works and the things I got going on. To go back to the original very first part of the topic, talk about cleansing, you know, take a colonoscopy, you know.
You just scared Jerry.
Hey, you know, I felt the same way. It's like, I can't eat what I want to eat. And not only I can't eat what I want to eat, but I got to take stuff I don't want to take that's going to help me even cleanse more. You know, that was like, oh my, you know, what the heck, you know? But that's a form of, you know, fasting if you want to, you know, for a medical purpose.
Yeah.
When we do our blood tests, we practice a month out. In our family, it's like we don't eat the bad stuff. We watch what we eat, you know. Cut the alcohol out, you know, no more, you know, and then we go get our blood tests. I always hated that. You know, I'm thinking, what? You telling me I can't do anything? I'm just a stupid blood test, you know, but the doctors are like, we want to see what your system is. I get it. So again, another form of cleansing that, you know, in our household. That, matter of fact, Michelle's doing it right now. Ha ha.
She's sleeping. You know that.
I'm Jerry, and I'm a chocoholic.
Hi, Jerry. Welcome to Chocoholics Anonymous.
Just that kind of guy that I really look forward to Lent. That I can set aside something that's very important to me in the morning, chocolate. And boy, is it a tough 40 days. But Neva reminded me we could do that tomorrow for 40 days. But that is a fast. And hey, maybe that's the solution, fast.
Yeah.
It was Neva's birthday yesterday, and I want you to all know that we delivered a large, I'm sorry, that was Hazel's birthday. I've got the wrong person. Chocolate cake, though. But I'm going to remember that you love chocolate because my daughter sends me salted, deep, dark chocolate.
Jerry just made a new best friend.
Right, and you're going to get some.
I got really bad news for you, Jerry, who lives across the hall from me. Mom's kitchen has a lot of chocolate since I've arrived. A lot of chocolate. Lindor, Giardelli.
I mean, if you're going to have a lot of chocolate, you got to know the good brands.
Right.
I just have to comment on Jerry and his chocolate. We share a cup of, we each have a cup of coffee first thing in the morning. With his coffee, it's either a brownie, a chocolate chip cookie, or something rich. And he makes his cookies, and he doesn't make small cookies. No, he likes man-sized cookies. That was the chocolate he hated to give up first thing in the morning, because then after our first cup of coffee, we go in and have a nice breakfast. And he eats again, but no chocolate for breakfast.
What I'm hearing is he really is an addict. He's got to have it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying, why do the scales keep going up? And I said, well, Jerry. But if that's his only fault, God love him. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
But Neva, I'm not sure that that's a fault. Chocolate is really important, and to bring it around to the conversation, the active ingredient in chocolate is theobroma, theo, God, and it actually was discovered in the Middle Americas as used as a ritual drink in some of the religious ceremonies. Having said that, I know that the thing that Brian was referring to about, practicing for your blood test, I had a lot of patients who did that, of course, but who are you fooling, Brian? Back to chocolate and the theo part of it, though, I think obviously Wesley wanted us to fast to de-emphasize, the body in so many ways, but I don't think that it was fasting for the sake of punishing yourself. I think it was fasting so that you free up a space where you can be more aware of God's presence in your life. And, you can still fast from all these things, but I think Wesley's point was to go the next step and, use it as a time to sort of be quiet or, at least be aware of what you used to have and don't have right now by the grace of God, all kinds of things like that.
Yeah.
And don't cheat on the blood test anymore, Brian.
Don't cheat on your blood test. You heard it first here. It doesn't work.
Good morning, everybody. Different kinds of fasts, and like your favorites, giving up your favorites, or even coffee in the morning if that's your ritual. Hello?
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
And
Here at Old Stone Coffee House, we will never ask you to give up coffee.
yeah. So, by giving up food or another substance, your cravings kick in, and all of a sudden you have this jonesing for this thing. Well, I believe that's kind of like that desire to fulfill that void would be a constant reminder of how much we need God
Yeah.
in our lives. You know, so by giving that up and like feeling the hunger pangs after a couple days of fasting would be like, you know, desiring, your body's desiring food. Well, you know, maybe that would be a symbol of the way our spirit should desire our Father.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jesus fasted 40 days, 40 nights, right? Well, yeah. Here's some good news for you. 40 days in the Bible just means a really long time. So Jesus fasted a really long time. And within Christian tradition, I think, especially for those of us who are recovering Catholics or recovering high church folks of various bends, we have Lent. Anybody familiar with the fast for Lent? Yeah. And so that's 40 days, but I have good news for you this coming Lent. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, because I usually tell people midway through Lent. If you're fasting for Lent, Jerry, you could still have your chocolate on Sundays. Because throughout Christian tradition, there's fast days, which Friday was traditionally a fast day, Good Friday. So remember Jesus on Fridays and fast. But then there's also feast days. And so Easter is a feast day, and Sunday is always a feast day. So when you're here on Sunday, and whatever calories you consume, they don't count. You're doing it for God's glory. It's a feast day.
So we're going to double the kitchen quantity then for...
Yeah. Yep. So there's supposed to be this balance. It's not all fasting. It's not all being ascetic, but it's also this feasting as well and enjoying the things that you do have. But I want to also look at today, while we're talking about fasting, you know, the new kind of cool term is minimalism. Have you heard people talking about minimalism? It's kind of this desire to move away from the cultural norm of being constant consumers and having less. Like there's people who will do several months where they don't buy a single thing. They will just consume everything they have on hand. And then you have minimalism and all kinds of things. If you start to pay attention, there's some documentaries that you could watch on Netflix about minimalism as well. Do we have any minimalists here? Key West can kind of force you to, depending on the size of your place that you can afford, right?
I don't know if I am right now, but I've set a goal in my mind. I was away for a year and just come back to my house and looked around. I looked at things that I had for probably 25 years and decided to value trash or keep. And most common things are fairly easy to do. You can go through the kitchen and get rid of all those Tupperwares because your drawers won't close anymore, and spices that haven't been thrown out in 5 years. There's like certain easy things. Yeah. But I'm telling you, the thing I'm finding most difficult, because we don't have cellars, we don't have garages, and we don't have attics. I have several Tupperwares of photo albums, family things that I have no intention of sitting there scanning photos and put them in the cloud. I find it really difficult to fast or downsize personal things. So I'm trying to figure that out and go try to find out what other people do. I actually looked it up online to find out how people, there's things that you've saved from, you know, your kid's refrigerator art, although I've gotten rid of all that. But then there's pictures of family members and you go, all right, nobody seems to want any of this stuff when I'm gone, so why am I holding on to a lot of this stuff? Down to cassette recorders. Or I have a bin of 100 cassettes right now that I'm going, well, I didn't even have a cassette player. So I did order one. They have one now that you can put a USB drive in it to transfer it digitally. But it's the accumulation. What you're talking about is mindfulness and decluttering. Yeah. The first wave of declutter is easy. It's when you get down to those very personal items that really, you don't hang them on your wall anymore. I'm trying to figure out what other people do to downsize and declutter all that personal stuff that draws at your heart.
Right.
the photo. So I'm open for suggestion. What do other people do with all that personal stuff?
I take a picture of it. And when I miss it, I just open up my phone and look at it.
There you go.
That's good.
There you go.
I definitely am leaving that for my children to take care of after I die.
You wouldn't do
Oh, yes. I have boxes of my old columns, and he's going to have to take care of it. But I am confident. He is very good at throwing things away. You can see my refrigerator as a perfect example.
I'm going to say, unbeknownst to my mother, up until now, the process has already started.
All right. Good. Thank the Lord.
Isn't it funny, though, how attached that we get to our stuff sometimes? Whether it's a T-shirt from when you were a camp counselor in Maine that you don't fit into anymore. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Or, or the photos or the things, you know, and some of the stuff that, you know, just kind of clogs our whole, not just our house, but our life. So, yeah.
You really want to laugh sometime? Go to Salvation Army or some of these thrift stores and look at all the northern clothes that people have been carrying forever. And they say, well, what am I doing with this? Honestly, when I moved here, I said, I need a swimsuit and I need a golf outfit. What else do I need? Nothing. Yeah, right. That's it. You don't need any of that garbage. Get rid of the northern stuff. Just get rid of it.
We left ours in the north, so when we visit, it's there. Yeah. I don't have to pack when I go to North Carolina. It's all there.
Oh, you've got a spot for North Carolina stuff?
Yeah, in North Carolina. It's in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to pack it. It's all there already. But this week I just want to kind of challenge you to be aware of how much you consume, whether it's what food you consume, because we have grown up now in a world where we never stop consuming, where you can turn your phone on at any hour of the night and order that thing that you were thinking of from Amazon, and it'll be at your house in 2 days. And then all the things, you know, that then we're not ready to get rid of. And what is it that is our attachment to all the stuff? All the stuff. So, yeah. And there's the temptation to give it all to Salvation Army, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Don't clog the landfills with it either. But, you know, being aware of all the stuff. Scripture says that when we fast, we can do things spiritually that we couldn't do before. When we fast, we're aware of this desire that we have constantly, like Wes was saying, not for God, but for all the stuff. And then when you stop that, whether it's food or whatever it was that was consuming you, you gain a new awareness, even if it's only for a month, of clarity that you didn't have before. Funny story, Kevin will not have cayenne pepper to this day because I forced him when we were in our early 30s to do one of those fasts where you only drink lemon juice flavored with cayenne pepper. Don't do it. Yeah, I did. So, yeah. So, and now Kevin won't touch cayenne pepper. So, sometimes your fast can scar you, huh? He still hasn't. Yeah, he still reminds me of it every once in a while. Yeah, he really is scarred for life. Yeah. So you can do it the wrong way, but you can also find some really good things for your spirit when you're not constantly consuming, when you're not constantly on 24 hours a day for work, when you're not constantly. So it's being aware of those patterns that we have in our life and what's taking our attention. So I'm going to end us here, unless anybody has burning desire to talk more. I'll pray. Oh, yep, Dewey's got one more thing.
Just sharing that on the whole minimizing thing is, I think Key West has some great examples of folks who came from, you know, from a culture up north, or somewhere in the you know, south somewhere, where they shopped at Costco all the time, and greater Walmart and greater Target land, and they have double garages, and they have 4 bedroom homes, these huge homes, and all that's chock full, and they have 2 storage units and all this stuff. And Key West is a great example, because it happened to me, of people coming down here and live on a boat. And if you live on a boat, or if you live in a very, very small Key West, I have a very small Key West studio. It's got a cute courtyard back there, but the place, I call it a shoebox. And so I moved from a 4-bedroom home on an acre of land with a double garage and a upstairs to the garage and a storage unit and all kinds of stuff. And I had antiques, and I had all kinds of stuff, and 4 bedrooms and stuff. And then I moved down to Key West, and it was so liberating. It was so wonderful to just have a handful of pictures, a handful of books, and a couple of prints and stuff like that. And you don't miss it. You really don't miss it. All of my friends who have minimized and have gone way minimized none of them say, I just wish I still had those shift robes in every single bedroom, and I wish they don't miss it. They really don't miss it. So I think it's a great thing. When the whites started taking the American Indians over to Europe, to England, the one thing that the American Indians were blown away with was this culture of possessions. And they kept remarking to their new white friends, the Pilgrims or whoever back then, they kept remarking, why do you people have so much stuff? How can you live with so much stuff? So they actually saw it as against life, to have huge houses and huge stuff. And, we're Americans, so we have to collect all this stuff. And people go to Costco and leave. The last time I was in a Costco in New Orleans, every family was leaving with 3-4 carts full of stuff. I'm like, are you feeding elephants? What's going on here?
Hey, they might have twin 6-year-olds.
Oh my gosh, yeah, except for ones that have. But so I'm just saying that the minimizing that goes on here in Key West with so many people like me that came from that possession land is so liberating. It's a wonderful thing, because you actually you don't miss the stuff, and so do you really need boxes and boxes and boxes of pictures and tapes and stuff like that? No, just a couple of things, just a few things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That reminded me. Robin was to talk to Sophia. Come back over this way.
I want to go to your yard sale.
Yeah.
And does it count that they're used stuff?
Yeah.
If you buy it in salvage,
It doesn't count.
and sometimes the stuff that you're making use of instead of throwing out. Well, that's good.
Yeah, reuse, absolutely.
I love Saturday morning.
Dewey's story of the Native Americans in Europe reminded me of, we've hosted Cuban families. If you have a chance to have somebody come to live in your world from another world, we often gain something by leaving our world and going to a first world country, but if you bring them here, they can offer you brand new perspective. Like, you have a whole aisle of dog food. Like, even in Key West, you have a whole aisle of dog food. Like, that is incomprehensible to most of the world. And we're just not really aware of it because we live in it. And so just asking for awareness, and sometimes that fasting helps you practice that awareness. So why don't we close in prayer? We're right at the time anyways, so we're going to close with a prayer. God, thank you for all the things that we have, but we're also aware, God, that sometimes we let that stuff clog up our spirit, our lives, and so we ask for your help, whether it's from fasting or minimalizing or resting and taking a break. You didn't create us to be 24-hour consumers, so we ask you to help us. And in our being aware, may we also be moved to giving to those who have nothing, because not everybody has that. And so may we be not just takers in this life, not just consumers, but givers who make a difference for others who don't have the food and the clothing and the stuff that we have. Move us to a place of goodness from our constant consuming. In Christ's name we pray, amen.
Once again, my name is Christine Cordone, so let's all go home and clean out our closets. Especially those shoes you have not worn in over a year. Real pretty shoes. You think you're going to wear them somewhere and they hurt your feet and you just never put them on again. I've got a few of those. They're going today to someone else. Perfect. All my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking and it's early morn. Taxi's waiting, yes, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could cry. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. Scott, do we have some guitar? I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Thank you. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now's the time I've come to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you. Close your eyes, I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come. I won't have to leave alone. About the time that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Oh. Another song written by John Denver. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do another Joni Mitchell song. This one is called For Free, and she talks about a street artist who certainly was minimalistic. He just was a guy on the street with his clarinet playing music. And she compared her life with having the richness of concert halls and luxury hotels. And then she looks on the street from the window of this fancy hotel she's staying in, and she looks out and she finds the clarinet player on the street. So that's a comparison of those who have much and those that have minimalistic. I tied that right in with the Reverend's lecture. How do you like that? Good tie-in, right? Okay. I slept last night in a good hotel. I went shopping today for jewels. Wind rushed around this dirty town. Children let out of school. I was standing on a noisy corner, waiting for the walking green. Across the street he stood, he played real good on his clarinet for free. Now me, I play for fortunes and those velvet curtain calls. I've got a black limousine and two gentlemen escorting me to the halls. And I'll play if you've got the money, or if you're a friend to me. But the one-man band by the quick lunch stand, he was playing real good for free. Now nobody stopped to hear him, though he played real sweet and high. They knew he had never been on their TVs, so they passed his music by. I meant to go over and ask for a song, maybe put on a harmony. I heard his refrain as the signal changed. He was playing real good for free. I slept last night in a good hotel. I went shopping today for jewels. Well, the wind rushed around this dirty town, and the children let out from school. I was standing on a noisy corner, waiting for the walking green. Across the street he stood, and he played real good on his clarinet for free. Across the street he stood, and he played real good on his clarinet for free. Joni Mitchell's For Free. And of course, the original has a clarinet soloist in the middle of that song, was actually the clarinetist called Paul Horn. And he was quite famous at the time that she recorded this. But I have a little trivia. My husband, Larry Smith, was a clarinet major when he went to Mansfield University. And he happened to be in New York City at a club that I can't remember the name of, but there was my husband was in a band with a folk singer by the name of Eric Anderson, who was very, very popular in the 60s. He still performs today. He happened to be one of Joni's boyfriends. So my husband was there with Eric Anderson backing him up. It might have been the Folk City or one of the clubs there. And Joni happened to be in the city, and she walks in, and she gets up and does this song. My husband happened to have his clarinet, so he played the clarinet part with Joni Mitchell in New York, somewhere in the mid-'80s. And he came home matter-of-factly. We lived in the Catskills near Woodstock, New York. He came home quite late that night, and I said, "How was your gig in the city?" He goes, "Pretty good. You know that folk singer Joni Mitchell stopped in, and I played a song with her." And I went, "What? What?" I said, "What was the song?" He goes, "I don't know. It's some song about a clarinet, and I had my clarinet there." So he was so matter-of-factly about it. My head was spinning out of control that I missed that fabulous moment. It wasn't recorded anywhere. So anyways, I have a special attachment to that song, and maybe I'll have Larry get his clarinet next time, and he'll play it with us. It's a little crazy trivia that goes in and out of our heads. The road is long, with many a winding turns that leads us to who knows where, who knows when. But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. If I'm laden at all, then I'm laden with sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled gladness of love for one another. The road is long, from which there is no return, while we're on our way to there, why not share? And the load doesn't weigh me down at all. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. He's my brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Thank you. Actually, we were learning some new songs, and I got that one from Larry. He picked that song out, and it coincidentally was also the 20th year of September 11th. And that song really popped out to me as some kind of what's that word? Synchronicity. He had picked it out, and then the anniversary of September 11th came, and I started thinking about the firefighters and the people that went in and sacrificed their lives. And I don't know, I was watching a lot of coverage this week, and it brought back what a horrible time, but the beauty of the survivors and the beauty of the people that were so strong, that dedicated to go for those rescues. So thank you to all our people, our firefighters, our EMTs, all those people that we sometimes take for granted when you see them in such an epic mode as all the rescuers. As September 11th, we do have to be thankful for our lives, and then just say a shout out, a thank you for all the people that do those kind of wonderful things. So this song was my dedication. He ain't heavy, he's my brother, because I think it says it all right there. So, all right, I'm not going to preach anymore.